Good morning. You listen to FloorDaily.net, and I'm Kemp Harr. This morning, my guest is Cindy Kaufman, the Vice President of Marketing for Mannington Commercial. Cindy, how you doing?
I'm great this morning, Kemp. How are you?
I'm good. We're all headed to NeoCon this weekend. Primary reason for talking. I just want to go back, though. We talked 3 years ago, almost to the day, and you'd been at Mannington Commercial for just a few days. We've got a lot more to talk about now. A little background on you. You'd come over from Shaw Contract, and you were at Interface prior to that. You actually spent 6 years in the interior design business. You worked for Red Bull for a little while. You worked for an ad agency focused on Kellogg's, and you worked at Turner Sports. So you've got a nice rounded career. And it sounds like, though, you found your place, haven't you?
Yeah, I think so. It's been such a great, amazing ride. There's a lot of similarities that led me to study interior design midway through my career and then work as a designer and now find myself in the flooring industry. At all of the places where I worked prior to being a part of the commercial interiors industry, I was still building environments in which to have an experience. So there's a lot of similarities if you look at what I did pre-design and what I've done since then, delivering a better experience for living this human life that we're living.
Yeah, we don't just sell a product, we sell an experience. I think that's key. Now, let's catch up on the business. How is business with Mannington Commercial right now?
Business is strong. We're really in a good position. We are very committed to our American manufacturing. We manufacture at various sites around Georgia and in Florida and New Jersey. We're 110 years old, family owned. We are BABA compliant with the 2021 Build America, Buy America Act. So it's not enough to just say that we are manufactured in the United States. We are actually compliant with that BABA Act. I think that really puts us in a strong position of stability and allows us to deliver what our customers need in a way that we have a very, very close eye on not just our suppliers and all our ingredients that go into our products, but how our products are made. We don't just assemble them in the U.S. We manufacture from start to finish in the United States, and we're very proud of that.
Which sectors are performing the best for you?
If you look across the industry, healthcare and education are doing great. Mm-hmm. Healthcare is obviously one of the biggest growing segments in our industry. I think education is really right there behind it. And, education is really two sub-segments. There's K through 12 and there's higher ed. They're both going through a lot of evolution and a lot of changes, but very, very strong. And the last few years, certainly since the pandemic, slowed things down in workplace. I think we are really starting to see things in the workplace segment starting to build a little bit of momentum. And that's really exciting because I think that's also a key health indicator in our industry. And it's really exciting to see workplace starting to rebound.
Especially since that's the biggest sector. And that's kind of why we're going to Chicago next week. Let's go to that real quick.
Exactly.
You have a big change. You've been at the Mart for, I think, 40 years. And you've decided last year to move over to Fulton Market. And you've got a brand new space, and you're doing an event there. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in Chicago.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that we've been at the Mart for 40 years. I actually got a note from our chairman emeritus yesterday, Keith Campbell, and he mentioned that Mannington has had a space at the Mart since his grandfather's time. I mean, that just blew my mind when I got that email from him. You think about how our entire industry continues to evolve and we continue to push ourselves forward. Evolution is important. And while the Mart is a beautiful building with a long history, we've obviously also watched a lot of our peer groups in various different categories, from furniture to lighting to flooring, exiting the Mart and moving over to Fulton Market. And it's really signaled a push forward in our industry and sort of where we're going and how we're telling our stories. And we decided a couple of years ago, we looked at our space. It was very, very small, only about 2,000 square feet. We didn't have any windows. We didn't have a sink with running water. We didn't have the capability to host events in that space. Really, it was just something that we utilized 3 days out of the year. And it just didn't make sense for our business moving forward in a way that allows us to fully connect with our customers. And Fulton Market seemed to be a place that could deliver a home for us, that we could build our next 100 years. where we can do all the things that we need to be doing outside of the NeoCon and Design Days timeframes. We want our customers to be able to experience us, and we want to be able to host them and events the other 362 days of the year. So we found a truly beautiful space in Fulton Market. The address is 1045 West Fulton, right in the heart of Fulton Market. And we are opening our doors on Monday, June 8th for Fulton Market Design Days.
All right. And you've got an event with Cheryl Durst on that day, right?
We do. We're so excited to partner with the IIDA. It's just such a wonderful organization, and they're so committed to advocating for our industry. We are co-hosting a great event on Monday, June 8th in our showroom at 1045 West Fulton called Cocktails with Cheryl. It's open to everyone. It's from 3 to 6 p.m. So we want the entire industry to come on by and have a drink and chit-chat with our team, with the IIDA team. Cheryl will address the group at some point, but really it's just meant to be a great social afternoon from 3 to 6, just hoping everybody can stop by and have a cocktail and hang out with us and Cheryl Durst. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
You got a lot of talent at Mannington Commercial. I mean, obviously you're there at the show to talk about what's new at Mannington from a product perspective. And I know you got Robbie Isaacs and, the whole team working on that. You want to tease us with one or two new things you're doing?
Well, the other thing you might not know is that Stacy Gerbman is our new director of design. Most of what people are going to see and experience on the floor was really the product of Stacy and her team, which is a relatively new team. They've really been working hard over the last year. I should say this out loud. The other great thing about having almost twice as much space as we had at the Mart is that we can show twice as many flooring products. Yeah. When you walk into our space, you're going to not just see 4 different products, like 2 carpets and 2 LVTs. You're going to see amazing things throughout the space. We've got all of this beautiful LVT in various installations around the space, things that I promise you will not see from anyone else, capabilities that we have that are exclusive to us that are really, really fantastic. And then gorgeous carpet collections that really are cohesive, really speak to one another. We really have this sort of new approach to how we're designing our product categories in a way that connects them in a cohesive way. It's more of a systems thinking, and even though there's various collections across the floor in a beautiful layout, what you're going to see is that all of these collections can be intertwined with one another. They can work with one another, and they're so beautiful on the floor. This is really a demonstration of how we think about design. It's a demonstration of how we think about performance and how our products work together, but it's also a beautiful demonstration of how we take our sustainability and corporate responsibility to heart in everything that we do. And I think the story that our floor is going to tell is going to bring all of that to life.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to being there and seeing what you got going on. Again, been talking to Cindy Kaufman, the VP of Marketing with Mannington Commercial, about their new space in Fulton Market. And you've been listening to Kemp Harr and FloorDaily.net.